Three. Now.
Good evening, guys. Friday night. You're not out at the club. You're here watching some Chair League. We have a great matchup for you. ManaTapThat versus the Insomniacs. So we're just waiting on a couple of members from ManaTapThat. We do know the map will be Towers of Doom. So Towers of Doom is a really good map for, well, Tower Doom is it's not one of my favorites, but it does encourage a lot of interesting play styles because of the three tower spawns at 1 and 5. It makes you kind of pick a little differently around that. So globals are often prioritized. This is a map where you see Chromie picked a lot because of the ability to poke. You also can every now and then see a weird push comp like with Asmo to kind of push a separate lane while you fight for those towers. So hopefully we'll see some cool stuff come out of this, and it'll be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. We like to prioritize the globals very very heavily on this map. The fall set into Haka, especially being really strong. You don't see Brightwing as much nowadays. It's generally the Lucio and Malf on the heels, but
Yeah, I think that's just to the style that Malf, Lucio, and Rhaegar are kind of top tier. Medic 2 is popping up a lot more when they don't have a way to interrupt her. So you get those like your four primary healers, and then the other ones you don't see being taken as much except for certain specific maps. So I would expect, the early Ragman is just common in these, and you will see Ragman a lot because of the ability to just turn into a keep and poke at the temple forever, or the altar. Sorry, altar in this one forever. So that's a common ban early on for teams to ban that Ragnaros, so you don't get it. We also see some other picks coming out like the Haka and Falstad because they're so good at just rotating quickly and interrupting. So I would expect those picks to be pretty high priority for the team.
I would like to see a Chromie in this game.
Yeah, and I think Chromie will be taken. I think
She is
that's
she is in a really good place right now and very strong on this map.
yeah. And a lot of times what you'll see is Chromie will get rotated against because of we'll get like a Zeratul to counter Chromie because of the ability of Zeratul to get on her and finish her off because she's so low health. So that'll be something you might see a counter pick if they go Chromie. You'll see a Zeratul, and Zeratul's good because he can counter Falstad too. The Falstad fly. Even if Falstad flies and he tags him, he can teleport to him when he goes flies top. So
Yeah.
it's an interesting interaction.
Anubrak is also very good against Chromie. Just able to
Mm-hmm.
dive in and keep her occupied running around instead of able to drop out that massive damage on the team.
Yeah,
He can really shut them down.
definitely think you are right. And Arthas, we've been seeing a huge resurgence of Arthas because of the buffs to his Frozen Tempest and the buffs to his basic attack. Just all of his stuff is kind of a lot better than it was because of talent changes and stuff. So you see Arthas picked a lot more, and that can play into factor with Arthas. Even a Cindergosa can slow down the entire team, Lucio. I really like Arthas against Lucio comps because Arthas can slow the entire team down, and they won't be able to run away with that speed boost.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Arthas is in a very good place right now. Especially getting that auto attack armor as well. It's he's really hard to kill, and he can just be in the middle of your team, just locking everyone down.
Yeah.
So we do have the other team stuck in a team league game right now.
What's their timer at?
17 minutes is what it says on mine.
Anyway, the only unfortunate thing we can't tell what map they're on. So, I do think. Let me check the cheer league rules. I think it's 10 minutes the game has to start, unless we give allotted more time. So if we know they're coming, we can allot a little more time. But we hate. I hate seeing teams sit here and wait, and especially on a Friday night where they might have
Yeah.
things to do. So we'll see what happens if they, they're delayed too much. But hopefully they'll just be done with the team league game soon and be on.
Yep.
I can't see that neon name right there that posted the nice picture we got.
What was that?
The
Oh,
yeah,
Cam Coyote.
Cam Coyote. All right. Anything else? Did you see the niche pick Vikings? Vikings does come into play on this map, so that could be a strategy that they could use. Vikings is a solid pick on this map because you can keep soaking or you can go to those temples and while your team fights wherever they are at, and you kind of poke back and forth. So could see a Vikings pick if there's somebody they have that plays.
Yeah. That's not something you see every day though.
That is true. You do not see Vikings every day. Unless you play them every day. Huzzah. Um, Let me think. What else could we? I try to remember ManaTapThat's play style. They do have a pretty huge roster compared to other teams. The roster's, I think, up around like 12 or 13 players.
I can count it up
So
real
I know,
quick.
yeah. Last time we played them, they actually had two different teams play us between round one, round two, and round three. So
17.
yeah, 17 players. So with that many people on your team, you can definitely rotate people who's doing what and what's going on.
Yeah, we actually first game we played against one team, second game we played against another, and third team was a mixture of both.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. You didn't really get to like the normal best of three where you get to learn a little bit about your play style, the other team's play style, and
Yeah.
like counter pick accordingly, or ban out a really good hero. You didn't really get to do that against them.
And this is a best of three, so we will see if they use that. Do we give them a little more time?
I'm okay with waiting. I was whispering
Yeah, so I mean,
the only problem is I only see three of them in the group together.
mhm. Yeah, we can go. We'll just extend it a little bit longer and see what happens.
Well, I mean, how does it exactly work? Do they forfeit the first game, and then
Um, let's see rules.
do they go just
Teams do not show up
start
to
down
marked
one?
as no-shows after 10 minutes. If you're in contact with a team, give them some sportsmanlike leeway. At the same time, everyone's time should be respected, not wasted. You can report no-shows on the match page within your team's management view. Report no-shows as fair as possible. After the match finishes, either team can return to the match page and record the winner. So it doesn't say they get a win; it just says it's marked as no-show. I don't see it. It says sportsmanlike leeway.
I mean, I would.
Super boss guy.
I think he's actually their team captain.
I'm looking to see anything. I know they said 5 minutes, so we'll see what happens. And you can call him Dirty Cam. So, and this is the Insomniacs map pick. So normally when you pick a map, you have a strategy going into it. Towers of Doom is definitely one of those maps where if you pick it and the other team's not prepared to do it, it can cause issues because Towers of Doom isn't a normal, it's not a normal map. You're not doing normal things. You're not rotating this 5 to get objectives. You're not, having everyone in the lane to clear. You really, when those temples spawn, the altar spawn, you have to get to them and you have to get that pressure, or you can give them up early on for hopefully something later. And there's no, rush core if they all die. So makes teams definitely think a little differently on here.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we got 2 in here now. So we have all of Insomniacs and 2 on ManaTapThat here. And we're giving them a couple more minutes to try to figure out who they got. See what's going on.
Yep, I'm showing them in a 21-minute game right now.
Just try to figure out what map they're on. Because you can have a team of Spider Queens go to 30 minutes, but most other maps, their internal timer kind of ends at around 23, 24 minutes. Okay, Towers Doom.
Yeah, so that should be over fast.
Yeah, so I'm guessing the next shrine or 2 will just end it.
Hopefully just one.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Yeah, and this is why you don't queue Team League games 20 minutes before your match starts, guys. Or in their case, 10 minutes
10
before
minutes
their match
before.
starts.
Yeah. Not the smartest idea.
Yeah, so
I think that might have just been a breakdown in communication of
who was playing?
who was playing on their team. Having 17 people on the roster makes that a little trickier.
Yeah.
They also said
Yeah,
they
that
have
many
some.
people.
They also said they had some people playing in a Overwatch tournament
Overwatch.
today, so that could be part of the reason why.
All right. So we should get them in here soon. They do have a minute, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, Cody.
I'm on the left. Oh no, I'm on the right if I'm looking at my screen.
You're on the right.
Dirty. I can call Dirty Cam anything you want. It's all right, Dirty Cam. I was in the Navy for 9 years, so I know what that picture means. So the game is over, they said, so they should be logging in. Here we go. They are logging on now. Good sportsmanship by the Insomniacs to just wait and give them a little extra time to get in. So maybe they'll repay it and give them an early shrine.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too. Supalita. All right, and here we go.
All right, everyone is ready. Let's go ahead and get into this game.
Yeah, remember you expect on this map the globals prioritize. Ragnaros is a quick ban here often. So those are two big things you'll see happen really quickly in this type of match.
Yep, and hopefully we do not see a Zarya, because she is crashing the game right now.
Yeah, Zarya has a known bug. They're not sure exactly what it is or how it works, but she is crashing the game when she's in it. So I think it's somebody said it was when she dies with her shield up. Like if a shield was recently popped and she dies, then it bugs out the game.
And we see the
Arthas ET.
Yeah, Arthas ETC ban. Not really that surprising. Arthas is just, we talked about him a little bit earlier, but he's just so good right now. And then ETC has always been solid, getting those slide throughs. Also able to go for stage dive to give him a global.
We see a first pick Zarya.
Trying to crash the game.
Yeah, we'll see if we have issues with crashing. I've tried to post something on the Chair League to see what we do. Because it was causing a lot of issues last night. So we do see a Greymane Malf. Malf is still the best healer right now in the game. He's just super strong. Lucio close second. So no surprise to see Malf Greymane. Greymane is just a solid DPS, and with a new Curse Bullet, he can really shred some damage on people.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot more in Greymane recently. After his changes a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Just all around solid. Gets good poke if you go Q build, and then able to dive in to finish those people off.
Yeah, definitely. Until they get the false dead, they're now getting those globals. I would expect a Haka ban just to come out so they don't have a global to respond to you.
I'm a little surprised the Haka hasn't been picked up yet.
It's really good on this because there's so many bushes near those shrines, so I'm surprised they haven't picked them up this early.
Yeah, and then we do have the Lucio picked up on the side of ManaTapThat. That's not a very surprising pick. He's one of the top 2 healers, along with Malf, and just wanted to secure him before the ban phase here.
Yeah, I think that they have comp in mind, and the false dead Lucio, like there's been no surprise picks. Zarya is a really good tank right now, even with the bug going on. She's a really good tank right now, and she's able to kind of flex her second pick as maybe a heavy bruiser or even another tank. So no surprise in what they picked so far. Oh, nice. Air Force. We see the Vala van.
Yeah, Vala can just throw out so much damage. She's absolutely crazy right now. One of the strongest range DPS.
Yeah, I almost expect Insomniacs to maybe take Varian just for the shield breaker, and Varian's still in a good spot with taunt and his ability to really put out, especially with the Greymane. I could see we could see a Varian come out here just to have that extra ability to, put out some damage and knock out shields.
Yep, and we see the Tassadar ban trying to get rid of that synergy with the Greymane. Just having those extra shields on Greymane makes him crazy to kill.
Yeah, that's very true. Like, Greymane with shields is everybody's nightmare, especially a Lucio or a backline. We see that Stitches pick up. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's not something I would have expected.
Yeah, it is not something I would expect, but it's synergy. Whoa, okay.
Damn, Medivh. So now it comes back to their map pick having a plan as for what they want to do.
Yeah, this is cute. I like the Stitches Medivh. You get that gorge portal, and you just run them back to wherever you want and turn and kill them. So, and the Stitches works decently well again with Malfurion. You can put the roots down under his grab and get a little root time. So this I like what they're doing with their comp. The only issue is ManaTapThat has 2 picks to respond, and if they get with False Dead with Gust, they can kind of deny some of what they're trying to do. We'll see what else they go here.
Yeah. The only problem you really see with the Stitches comp is relying so heavily on landing those hooks. Makes it very difficult to engage otherwise.
Yeah, and if they go, I really think ManaTap can go Varian here, and Varian gets pulled, you just parry block Varian in a mage DPS, and you'd probably be okay. We'll see what they do. Valera.
And Diablo.
Huh. I did not see the Valera coming. Diablo makes some sense.
Yeah, I like the Diablo. Just counter Stitches or their passive engage with the hook, with a full out dive in to force the engagement there. But Valera, I was not expecting that at all. You don't see her very often. I'd be looking for Malfurion to go for Scouting Drone here to help shut her down.
Yeah, and Medivh can go Vision too. And Valera, like you can do good damage with Valera, and I could see the silence coming into play, like just silencing Medivh every time you're engaging, so they can't get the shield off. But they don't have. There's no follow up. You have Falstead following up on that, so we'll see if it works for him. But it scares me a little bit seeing that Valera pick. Zeratul might have been a better choice in this situation, but we'll see. There's a high impact mage, which is a good follow up for Stitches. If they get a grab, they're gonna pop somebody.
Yeah, I really like the Jaina Malf synergy as well. Just the roots and the blizzard and the innervates just works out so well together.
Yeah, that is 100% for sure. Like they have a good team. I think both teams have a good comp. The Valera pick worries me, but if they have someone who can play Valera well and can get to that Medivh and Jaina and put out damage and get away, that could be the difference in winning this game. But I think INSOMNIACS have just a slightly better draft, and they had a plan going in. Nothing too crazy though. I mean, Stitches Medivh is the comp that's been known to trolley sometimes in League, Team League, and Hero League, and the higher divisions. So we'll see if it works for him. I think it's good, and I think that against the comp they're playing against, it could be strong.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's a couple squishies over there that they can grab and blow up. I'd be worried about grabbing the Diablo and Zarya, but that's about it.
Yeah. I think they can blow up Zarya pretty quickly. But grabbing that Diablo, just having him charge somebody or flip you as soon as you grab him.
Or just throw down the APOC instantly as well.
It could cause some issues for them, so we'll see what they end up doing.
It's not quite as bad as pulling a Malfurion into a Twilight Dream, though.
Sounds. Yeah. And on blue team, we have ManaTapThat with Gilderic on Falstad, Super Boss Guy on Zarya, Arch Valley on Diablo, Wafflecopter on Valera, and Logic on Lucio.
And over on the side of the Insomniacs, we got John playing that Jaina, Bakes playing that Malfurion, Ixie playing that Stitches, Krazelvin playing that Greymane, and Sar Salesman on that Medivh.
Oh, that's our salesman. Don't say anything too crazy at once. Scouting Drone is normal. Lingering Chill surprised me a little bit, but I think that can be good for what they're trying to do. We'll see if they go for an early hook here and try to get somebody. I mean, if they grab anyone, they should be able to put out enough damage to kill them here, especially in the tower.
Get that Zarya rooted in place. Diablo is getting a little bit low.
Yeah,
got Valera diving on that Medivh, yeah.
A lot of damage coming out really quick, and this is going to happen. So I think what needs to happen for ManaTapThat is after the grab's down, you start poking at them and get the damage in, because they will be able to pull and just drain one person. So if they're able to poke them enough that when they do that, you can turn on them, I think they'll be able to get secure kills that way as ManaTapThat does that.
Yep, we got a 4-man rotate bottom here for the Insomniacs, trying to pick up a kill here. Unable to do anything though.
Yeah, and this is the Insomniacs trying to make that comp work. Misses his grab. Root does come down though. Mouth is trusting. Valyra good engage on Jaina, but she's gonna get really low staying here. Diablo does get to dive in, but he's now getting low. Stitches is slowing him down. We see the Zarya rotate in.
Yeah, great shield there by Zarya.
She's putting out a lot of damage right now.
Yeah, they're gonna have to work on. They're gonna have to work on not feeding her that much energy.
Yeah, and that's gonna be hard with their comp because of that grabbing one person. She shields it. It's gonna be instant full energy. And Greyman is beating Falstad top, and you would expect that.
Oh, Malv going down. That Valyra and Diablo just catching him out a little bit too far. The Medivh shield not quite enough to sustain him through.
Yeah, and that was an interesting rotation from Malf, just trying to rotate through that side lane instead of kind of just backing up through their zone. So, not a good idea by him. You don't want to be the first one to go against a Valyra and Diablo, especially against a wall. We'll see what they try to do here.
This is an interesting split, keeping 3 people down in the bottom. Actually, Lucio in lane. And no one going up to secure that left side yet. Though Falstad's not going to allow this to be taken.
Yeah. And they do have 4 advantage, so they should be able to rotate up here and secure this. That'll give them 2 shrines.
Valyra getting really low. Good hook on Falstad, the root follow-up, and he gets blown up.
Really good roots coming out of Mouth to land that. This pull into the root, he couldn't even dash away.
Yep, Valyra getting low. Greymane chasing him down, and he is going to fall. Greymane diving forward in front of Diablo, and picks up a 3rd kill for the Insomniacs.
Power of that pull comp. And they're going in here. They want to keep fighting this.
The roots land on Zarya, just not quite enough damage coming out yet. They're missing that Jaina blow up.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't pick Shrine while that was happening. This is an interesting choice here. Instead of taking Shrine, they try to keep engaging. Yeah, I think they're gonna have to back. They're pretty low health.
Yeah, and they're running low on mana. Malf is completely
So even after that engage, we see ManaTapThat just being able to get both shrines because Insomniacs didn't feel like going. You know, they're a little asleep at the wheel there, even though their title said otherwise, and they weren't able to secure that shrine. They were just pushing for those kills.
Yeah, I think they got a little tunnel visioned on securing those kills. We do have Valyra catching the Jaina out on a rotate here. Getting her to about half health. Diablo charges in, and they secure that kill. And now Stitch is in a bad place, too. Able to get through that Medivh portal, though, to safety.
Yeah, this Jaina has been alone quite a bit, and she's got to know that Valyra is just hunting her. So I'm really surprised she's staying alone so much.
Now we got the Valyra going up on that Greymane. Let's see what he'll be able to do. I'm just going to back out and soak the lane there.
Yeah, I see a little inclination here. Good rotation by ManaTapThat to just keep the lanes pressured, getting the soak and experience. Insomniacs, they're lining up the pulls now, but they don't have the combo with them, so I don't know if it's worth it to even try.
Yeah, we just have Jaina throwing out a little bit of damage on Zarya.
And she does go Arcane Intellect, which really surprised me with a Malf on their team.
Yeah, I don't completely agree with that. I probably would have went for Frostbolt Pierces to help get that extra poke. They're not able to just soak up the Frostbolt when you're trying to poke an altar down. Great root follow-up, and this Zarya is gonna fall, it looks like.
And that Lucio is spamming.
Oh, Lucio able to get him out. Wow,
Yeah,
great job by Lucio.
Yeah, zoning in between, making sure that he's absorbing the shots and the speed boost. That Frostbolt Pierces would have been really nice right there. We'll see probably a little team fight here. If they can get a grab, they can probably mount a kill here.
Yep, and we do have Medivh picking up the vision. Great hook onto Falstad, but he's able to just dash on out of there.
Yeah, the roots were put in the wrong spot because of the positioning on the wall. Falstad flew to the other side, so Good job on recognition. Still engage is still going on. Diablo does engage in. Medivh puts his shield up, and the quick shield comes out. They should back up here and hopefully just keep poking. That's what they do best.
Yeah, I'd be looking for him to just trade out at this point. Get Malf on that back altar.
Oh, did you see that? The Stitches tried to pull Lucio, missed, and Lucio just stopped his capture because he was scared he was going to get pulled. So, nothing happens with it, but it's just funny to see.
Yeah, we got this Jaina getting out a little bit too far. Zarya, that full energy, throwing out a ton of damage onto her.
Yeah, and she's Q build, so sheer grenades are going to do a lot of damage. Especially those squishy backlines.
Yeah, great job by Falstad to instantly rotate back bottom. Always getting to that split lane and not missing out on soak. You have a 4-man rotation down to bottom here, though, trying to catch that Falstad.
He does see it coming, though.
Yep. He recognizes it, gets out of town.
Yeah.
But we do have the ballsy boss here. Medivh doesn't even scout it out?
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if he could have done anything about it, but I'm surprised he didn't even look. You know, they've all been missing for a while. Take a quick glance at it and see what happens, but... So ManaTapThat doing a really good job of just rotating when they can. Oh, we will see an engage down here bot.
Yeah, this looks much better for the Insomniacs. Great pull and root, forcing Diablo back into their team. Able to pick up the kill.
Yeah, they are getting kind of low, so they have to be careful because they already got so much shield right now.
Yup, and that Falstad just flanking the Jaina. Oh, man. They are getting really split and low.
Oh, man. Zarya just putting out so much damage right now. She is #1 by quite a bit on both teams. She's getting so much value.
Yeah, they really got to work on their focus there.
Yeah. I don't see any weird talents coming out of ManaTapThat at 10. Pretty standard. Zarya has not taken a talent yet. I would expect an expulsion zone, so if they grab someone, you can just run away. You can expulsion zone down, and your team can get away from it. But 10 is what Insomniacs wants because their comp, I'm sure, relies on that 10 and that Gorge.
Yeah, completely. Got Diablo catching out the Medivh a little bit. He's able to portal on out of there.
So we'll see. They did get bottom shrine while this happened, but 10 on 10 right now.
Leyline seal picked up, hits 4 members, setting up that Ring of Frost, but the Lucio ult just saves everyone. Jaina falling from that Valera there, and Stitch is getting real low. Gonna be taken down. Medivh having to just retreat out. Falstad going for the gust, but he didn't have the mana.
little choice greedy there.
Yeah.
The funny thing you saw there on that fight, if you noticed, they got the wombo combo. Malf went into silence, and Lucio Q'd him, so his silence got interrupted. So really good recognition by Lucio to Q Malfurion, and Malfurion was not able to get off silence. That might have been a different fight if Malf's silence got off.
Yeah, I completely agree. Diablo diving a little bit deep, getting caught in those roots.
Yeah, and Super Boss Guy is still at full energy, so...
Yeah, he's playing a mean Zarya right now.
Oh, he tried to gouge and got stunned out of it with Valera. Or Gorge, rather. Not gouge. And something Valera does is gouge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this cute comp is... It looks good, but they're not able to really line up their combos. So they have to start getting some kills to make this comp worth it.
Yeah, we do see him rotating his 5 up to mid, which opens up bottom for them. ManaTapThat to just walk in and take down.
Yeah.
As they're chasing this Falstad.
And I don't mind Insomniacs letting them take that bottom shrine so you can recap it at full health. Oh, that's an interesting gust.
Yeah, I think he was just a little bit worried when he didn't make it over his wall of the hook from Stitches.
Yeah, Insomniacs is, they're trying to do what their comp does, but they're not landing like the combo with the grab of the Gorge and this blink away with the portal. So they have to get something going if they're going to end up winning this game or bring this game back around. And Gust is still down for 30 seconds, so this is a good time for them to try to take an engage if they can. You know where they are. I think throwing a blind grab is totally fine here. They're not going to choose to do that. Nope.
And they do get the Diablo in the Gorge. They got the portal? Nope, he's just gonna throw him back, walk him back into their heap. Great Ring of Frost by Jaina, but she goes a little bit too deep to get it and falls. Leyline Seal connecting with 3 members, trying to get onto that. Lucio able to take him down.
Yeah, sounds like that. But Zarya is full, so she's gonna start shredding people.
Yeah, and that you see that Medivh just fall from that Zarya.
Man. So such a good, yeah, Stitches, you gotta run, buddy, and he is down too.
My
Holy
God, that
smokes.
Zarya just throwing out so much damage. And during all of that, Falsehead backed and grabbed the altar.
Yeah. So they're, I mean, ManaTapThat is forcing their game to be played. INSOMNIACS has this cute comp. They wanted to do some stuff with that Stitches Medivh, but even they don't get that portal to really do it with it. I mean, I would have portaled up towards mid and force, you know, he won't be able to back out that way, and they weren't able to do that with the portal. So
Yeah, the way they played it right there really just gave Diablo a chance to charge someone and be right back out of the core damage.
yeah, I think that's gonna keep happening if they're not getting that synchronization happening with that Gorge into the portal. This should get 13 for INSOMNIACS, so I think 13 is a pretty big talent tier for Jaina here. We'll see what happens.
So we saw Medivh fall in that last or 2 engagements ago. How is he doing on his master stuff?
He does not have Master's Touch.
Really?
Little miscommunication going on right now. The Leyline Seal came down, and this engage is going to not be good for INSOMNIACS. They need to be careful about what they're doing. Maybe pull out, see if you can get a grab or something. Diablo is getting low. I don't know about this.
I would have.
Oh, good silence comes off though. Greymane is getting low. Zarya is full of shields, and she was going to start shredding. Here it goes. The shred is real, but Zarya is getting low. She might drop. Zarya does drop. Stitch is good. Getting to pull back in, misses. 3 shrine spawn. This is a good time. They can rotate. Diablo is instant spawn, so it is still a 4v4. They need to be knowledgeable about what is going on, because if they lose 2 of these, it's not going to result in a win for them. They need to get one of these shrines.
Yeah, this Jaina needs to really be careful here, wandering off by herself. Devalier is just waiting for her. Yeah. Same goes for Melf. Great job putting down that that vision right there, though, that scouting drone. Devalier not quite able to react fast enough.
Yeah, this is not a good position, so... Good damage coming out on Valeera though, but she uses that smoke bomb to really great effectiveness. She's putting a lot of damage on Stitches. Greymane's in a weird position. We do get a pull on Diablo. He is getting eaten and pulled back. Still no portal, so he should be able to just charge right out of this. There it goes. They really need to get those portals down if they want this combo to work. Frost Ring does come down. And we see a kill on Greymane. Good ring, but just so much follow-up. The Q combo is not working the way they want it to.
Yeah, and well, Zarya trying to snipe a couple more kills here.
She's not done yet.
Ooh, unable to secure any of them.
Yeah, I mean...
But that is game.
Yeah, that is game 1. So the INSOMNIACS dropped game 1 with the cute comp that they weren't really coordinating their abilities on. I was really surprised. I don't think I saw a portal once with Gorge. And I expected that to be their mainstay, you know?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. He got the hook in the Gorge on Diablo twice, but every time they didn't follow it up with a portal. I just don't understand that. Try to get him as far away from the team as possible. Isolate him away, blow him up, and then re-engage 5v4.
Yeah, and I think you need to do that. You need to pull them in a lane where he can't charge out. So you need the rest of your team towards your wall, so that way he can't get away. If he charges back into it. And so they weren't using the Gorge, I think, to the effectiveness that they had a good plan, and I think it could have worked. But with the Zarya always at full energy, and with that, with their combo not lining up, they weren't able to get kills. So good job by ManaTapThat to take advantage and kind of force them with Zarya to, you know, they get a kill, and then Zarya just wiped the rest of the team out. So Zarya played a really good game and was able to just kind of take advantage of their lack of focus on her, getting her out of the fight.
Yeah. So who would you pick as an MVP in that game? I think it's pretty obvious, but
yeah, I got to pick Zarya. I mean,
yeah.
She did so well. focusing, getting her shield up, and just shredding the whole team. And it was part of it was just her ability to play Zarya, and part of it was the Insomniac kind of just ignoring her and hoping to get kills other places and not securing a kill quick enough to make Zarya relevant.
Yeah, and it was great shields by Zarya, able to keep her energy up so high, but I think it was really a lack of focus as well.
Yeah.
Just allowing Zarya to stack that high of energy and sit at just about 100% for the majority of that game.
Yeah, very true. So good job by ManaTapThat to secure game 1, and we will see where we are heading next.